Well, guys, it's Sunday morning. It's 6:39. First night that I was able to stay in bed the whole night. Some of the medication that they had me on for 2 weeks had insomnia issues, kept me up all night. But I was able to stop those medications about 2 days ago. And last night I was able to tolerate staying in bed. I didn't sleep the whole time in bed. But anyway, Sunday morning, my van is a mess, guys. I haven't done nothing to it for a month and a half. It's just been sitting there. Alicia starts it every couple days. She'll let it idle for about a minute and then shut it down just to make sure it's cranking up. There's a situation where I could put a charger on it, but guys, I'll have to tell you about these ProMasters. Maybe when I'm outside where I can kind of point to things, but they're not easy to charge without damaging the motherboard. They've got an issue. Anyway, they told me how I can do it to avoid it, but they do have a jump start post in the motor compartment where you can put a ground, and then you can go ahead and you can ground off on something, and then it's got a hot post, and you can jump it. But if you try to charge it from there, you get issues. Anyway, so Alicia's been keeping it going. I think she's running it for about a minute and a half. She don't like to idle it more than 2 minutes, but at least it's getting something. Anyway, it's still starting. But we're going to try to clean that van up today so I can start getting back to work next week. Yeah, let's go out. First thing I'm going to do, guys, is move Alicia's car, put it behind my daughter's car over there. And then, as you can see, this van's been here for 2.5 months. That has helped keep the shit off the paint, but it still has, as you can see here, she's pretty dirty. So there's no way I want to jump in this starting Monday or Tuesday and run around like that. Yeah, she's pretty dirty. Look at that, guys. I always got to make sure before I go through here. I have some really large spiders. I mean, those big guys like that. They're great. I don't kill them. They kill all the bugs and shit. If they're in my way, I just detach them. Oh, there he is right there. No shit. There he is. Look how big this guy is. Let me zoom into him. I don't want to scare him. Let's see if I can focus. Let me step back maybe. There we go. Let me go this way. There we go. Look at that big boy. Come on. Let me focus out a little bit. Pretty cool, huh, guys? Let's see if I can get real up to him. Oh, look at that. Ain't he pretty? Okay, so what I'll do is I'll detach him from there, and I'll bring his web over to there, and he'll go in here, and he'll leave me alone for the day. I'll leave him alone, and I'll do what I gotta do. Gotta get all these trash cans out of the way so I can get to the gate. I usually put them over here or on my grass, and I rinse the tops off as well with the sprayer. But anyway, she's a dirty van. So I guess I'll go ahead. Maybe Alicia will cook me an egg burrito when she wakes up. She's up there sleeping. Vinny's van is dirty too. So anyway, I'm gonna start moving vehicles and getting shit started. So around 7:30 or so, 8, we can start washing. Hey guys, I snuck out of the fucking house. Everybody's sleeping. I got me a coffee for Alicia and some breakfast, McDonald's Egg McMuffins for anyone that wants it here when they wake up. I bought about 6 of them. That means 2 for Vinny and 1 for the rest of us. And we get the cars moved out, but I thought I'd get this McDonald's here first. Alicia's probably wondering where the fuck I'm at. Okay guys, I got my smoke detector stick. This is what it splits in 2, and you can test smoke detectors, you know, push the button without screwing them up. Anyway, I'm gonna use that to get my big boy out of my way. So I'm gonna take my stick. I'm gonna unhook his web. I try not to destroy it. It's gonna get destroyed anyway. He'll have to do it tonight, but I'm just gonna move him over like that, and there he is safely. He's right there. Look at him, right there, safely. Safe as can be, snug as a bug in a rug. Where are you? Oh, he's right there. He's hard to... Well, there he is, right there. See how he blends? He changes colors to match that maroon and green thing right there. Let's see, I can't even find him, guys. I see him outside the oh, there he is, right there. See, he changes colors. Anyway, I'm just gonna make sure his web is clear so I don't snag onto it like that. I don't like getting them. I don't like getting them from here on top because a bird will pick them off. And so I like to keep them on the side. Just want to make sure when I walk through here that I'm not going to get snug up on anything, old or new. All right, guys, so I can put this back. I'm going to get this van moved. All right, guys. Well, guys, got my air pressure all pumped up in the tires. They were really low. They're all filled up. Went around all four, kept it in the shade. I don't like having one side of the van. Before I moved it, I had it over here. I did all the four tires in the shade because you get one side getting hot while the other side's cold, you won't get the right temp. You won't get the right air. I did spray those trash cans down, and I used the sprayer with the non-filtered water. I don't waste water, we filter. It came out nice. Then he woke up. I woke him up. You know, give him a breakfast jack or a McDonald's sandwich, and he's gonna come out here and help me. And guys, I pay him. I don't take advantage of him. I pay him. He washes his mom's car for free all the time because that's his mother. But on the company vehicles, or the company, no fucking company. Anyway, with the service vehicles, you know, that's our business, so I pay him for all that. You know, he gets good money for this. He'll make at least for both bands, I think he puts down like 160 or 180 for the day, because he spends the whole fucking day out here doing other things. He'll end up doing the vans, but then he'll end up cleaning up the outside, you know, making sure nothing's broke, and he just goes around the whole thing. When he does the van, he does it outside the house a little bit, washes everything down for me after. So, you know, he works hard out here for a Sunday. So, you know, I'll probably put 180, 200 bucks on his bill, on his fridge. That's money that I give him, and it's just between me and him. I don't write it off or nothing, and he spends it as he pleases. Anyway, everything's set up. I'm gonna give Vinny a sandwich, and then we'll be out here washing. All right, guys, we got all the trash cans spotless over here. I just did it with the pressure washer with soap. Turned out good, and they were grimy before. Vinny cleaned my rain gutter. Shit, we don't get no rain in California, so I took my rain gutters off the whole house years ago. All the wood was rotten, and I either patched or replaced the fascia as needed. But anyway, he got that all cleaned out inside. That way when the rain runs down, it doesn't run on my van and wear it out. On my other van, it had, like, you can see the rocks from the roof coming down over before I had the rain gutter. And on my other van, it chewed it up, so I put that, and that collects all the rocks from the roof. And then he cleans it out. I actually clean my vinyl gate because the geese every morning fly from here to here, and they drop their fucking bombs on my gate. And it's like berries. They eat a lot of berries, and it's like red, orange berries. So I sprayed it off. And guess what? We're gonna do a little home project next week if I feel good. Problem is this gate right here. Let me get that motherfucker out of here. Okay, what happens is you'll see this rubs now. This has moved over the years. I'm all the way over with my adjustments. Are you alright, Ben? I'm doing a little video. So the only thing you could do is either put a smaller thing here, which I won't do, or relieve this or this by cutting this off. But you can't relieve this side. You need this on this side, because when this gate shuts, as this gate shuts, pressure goes this way. If I was to cut and relieve it and take that out and relieve and get me some more space and just leave these two, this would rip off. So you do this side. This side always has the force going this way, like this. So you'll never have to worry about it wanting to go this way. This way here, when it hits, it wants to push this way and it rips this off. Lisa's got some Gatorade for us. It's supposed to be really hydrating. So this will pull and rip off just by the force. Watch. So see how it hits here and it wants to go there. You can't relieve that. This is always just forced this way. We can relieve, take that off, get rid of that, put some caulking in those holes, and I'll have plenty of room for I don't know how long, because this thing keeps moving over the years. But you know, little at a time. Deal with it as it happens. If eventually I have to get a new gate, just this section, well, you know, but anyway. I'm not gonna bore you with a whole lot of washing, but he always does take the. So what we did, we rinsed first, and then we cannon bombed it with this shit here. Hey, where'd you put the cannon bomb?
You drink this over there, miss?
Oh, there's a cannon bomb right here. So we soaked it down thoroughly to loosen up the dirt. Pre-wash, and then this, and then pre-wash, and now he's gonna scrub it. Alright guys, everything's rinsed off. They're gonna start wiping, but hey, I'll tell you something about these tanks. This tank, you're only supposed to buy one, but I always go overboard and buy two. And what I did was, they're both filled. I kept this one dry all the time with a bypass over here. Then what I did was I only used one tank. One tank lasted 10 months, actually 11 months. And it did 32 washes before. This showed all zeros on the water contamination until last wash. It showed 20. That's after about 27 you start getting little water spots. After about 40 you get quite a few water spots. So what my whole plan was to run this until it got to where the numbers were at heavy, you know, at water spot, about 21, 22. Then what I did was, after I could finally see a few water spots, what I did is test a plate, leave it in the sun, and you can get anything like black or something, paint a surface, spray it, let it dry in the sun. And at 20 it wasn't water spotting. At 27 it started water spotting. So at 27 I started using this brand new tank. So now here's the theory. And the guy at the place where I bought it, he didn't like my idea, but yet, and he said it ain't gonna work, and it did work. I'm gonna call him 2 years later and let him know how it goes. And he said he wanted a phone call. But anyway, this started showing numbers and started spotting, so I started using this tank. Now I use both tanks. What I'm doing is I'm using this dirty tank because my hard water in the house is like 324. So if I just run the dirty water through here, the numbers are around 50 right now. I think 56, 60. Might even be up to the 70s because we used it with no tank. So we do our pre-wash with this, even though it's contaminated, and then when we're doing our final wash, we use a new tank, which brings all these heavy numbers down to zero. But it's nice that it's going through this tank before this tank, because it's pre-filtering the heavy number. The heavy number out of there is like 349, 350, and then by the time it comes to here, it's about 70, which makes this tank have to do less work. Now once this equals the same as the house, then there's no use in using it. But I'm sure by then this is going to start showing numbers. So I'll do a little video. I'll go get the cup and we'll fill up and we'll shut this one off. Actually, yeah, we'll shut them both off. we'll do this tank, we'll draw the numbers, and then once Vinny's done using the final rinse on his van, then we'll check the numbers on this one. This should be 0. We'll go through here, pre-filter here, go through here, and this should be zeros for at least another 8 months. So this will pre-filter this, and that's what the guy didn't like. And that means you have to use more resin. Yes, when I do a resin change, I have to do 1 pound, 1 pound. But look how long it went. And how I keep my records, I'll show you. I'm just not full of shit. I do keep some sort of bookkeeping. Let's go look at my bookkeeping. Because this guy said it would never happen. So fuck him, it did. Anyway, I got all... That's when I started both filters, but I only used one. Here's all the washes I did. Like this. There's like 40 some washes right there. So, with the date. So, that's a lot of washes, guys. So, anyway, we'll check the numbers. I have a way of checking the numbers. I got this little tester over here. So, right now, for instance, since that tank is already on, let's pull the numbers off the second tank. It should be 0. Let's take this cup here. Take this tip off. I don't know. We'll try to get this cup to stay still. There we go. A little water. We'll get our tester. Okay, guys, Alicia had it in her pocket. No, she didn't. I did. Okay, I'm turning it on. Alright, let's see what we get here, guys. I got the cap there. Okay, 0, 0, 0. Filter's doing. The first filter's filtering it for the second filter. The first filter, Alicia said, was 77. So we're doing 79. It's impossible for me to confirm that because I've already got it all going the right direction. So we're at 77. Now let's just go see what my house water is. Let's just go. We'll go over here and we'll find out. Alicia's doing laundry with Kayla, my daughter. Hey, this laundry machine ain't going. Just so I thought you'd want to know. Not that I'm telling you to. Okay, now we're gonna get a little water. All right, guys. Okay, it's on. It's 0. My water is, it's 306. Okay, guys, my water is 306. So all the water going from here to that first filter, first filter knocks it down to 77 parts instead of 306, which keeps that other filter having to work so hard until that filter on the right hits 306. Then at that point, we'll just run that one wide open and until it starts showing heavy numbers, and then we'll replace both resins. All right, guys, let's check in later. Well, guys, I just got a work order come in. They said that they had panel changed out. We told them we don't want to do panels. We did several panels and it never works out good money wise, and it throws our business off a tempo because we run 3 to 4 service calls a day. We don't need to get stopped at a job, especially when they're occupied. These people, when they're occupied, are such a pain in the ass. The minute their power goes out, they know their power is going to be out at least 12, 15 hours until you get the new panel in and get it up and running where they can at least have electricity at night. And then if you have to break it down a little bit the next day, you can. But usually Vinny can get a panel out in the morning, early, and get the new panel papered and in. And within, by 1 or 2, he get the wires through it. By 6 o'clock at night, they probably have electricity. And then the next day we come back and clean up. But you should hear the amount of fucking bitching that goes in to listening to them while the power is off. Even though you've told them and you do, anyway. So anyway, with that, then you got the city inspection, you got that, and it just takes a lot of work. By the time we bid a job like maybe at $5,500, $5,600 with the panel, by the time the fucking job is done, we lost money because of all the service calls we could have ran because of that. We make more money on those little service calls than we do a panel. So we decided not to do it. So, and we're not going to do panels unless it's for somebody we know and, you know, they want a really good job, because that's what Vinny does. If you look at that video, man, that inspector said he hasn't seen work like that in a long time. Vinny fucking ran all his wires and he labeled them all. You can see the video. The video's towards the end of in the beginning when I started doing videos. You can find it on the bottom. But we videotaped the whole panel change out, and all the wires had to be, we had to open up the wall on the inside because we had to reroute all those wires because it was coming in through the side and we needed it and through the top, right, Vinny? Right. And we had to change the mast through the roof. We had to fix the roof. We did it all. We did from the roof down. Anyway, we're not going to do that shit no more. It's too time consuming unless it's somebody that really needs it and really wants it, and then we'll do it if they ask hard enough. So, you know, money speaks, bullshit walks. So anyway, with that being said, yeah, and if it's vacant, if there's tenants there, they can go fuck themselves. But with that being said, they changed out the panel, and not only did they change out the panel, but now the light on the exterior no longer works. So the guy went back there and he called management. He says, I just can't figure out what happened. Maybe the vibration, something's loose in a wall. He could not trace it. So I said, like, first thing, we didn't take offense to it because we didn't want the panel job anyway. So the fact that the fucking electrician that did the panel can't find his own fucking fuck ups is kind of what gets me. You know, because if he's worth his weight, he'll be able to find the issue and called us, and we're gonna go fix it. So anyway, Vinny's gonna go try to find that short, and I'm gonna go with him. I just hope that they haven't closed up the stucco yet, because we would like that to be left open, you know. But Vinny's just gonna jerk that fucking light fixture off and put his tracer on there and go from there. Shit, don't fall off of there, lady, because I still need your ass at work next week. Anyway, the van's looking good. Vinny's got, Alicia's got my van all done over there. Now we're gonna pull her car in and wash it. And she puts these towels on all four sides. You can see them, those yellow things, because that rack will leak water for hours and those towels will catch it. But the water that comes down dries spot free. Alright guys, we're all done, we're all picked up. Everything's spotless. Man, I've got a whole load of work for next week. I've got Monday filled, I got Tuesday filled, I got Friday filled. So tomorrow I'll get some video. I want to go back to work. Probably not going to do a lot. At least I videotape. Everything is spotless. I feel good about getting in there and going to work. So we'll get some work videos next week. Especially that Tuesday job where that electrician did the panel and knocked out some outlets or something. I don't know what. It may not even be his fault, to be honest with you. It could just be a bad outlet. Who knows? Maybe the vibration when they were breaking the stucco. It happened when they were breaking the stucco. So, and he tried to find it, couldn't find it. I can show you the work order on Vinny's phone. I can video it. Let me see if I can bring it up. Guys, due to privacy, there's a lot of information on these work orders that I'm not supposed to show, so I'll just have Vinny read the description of the work order. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you anyway kind of how the work order looks. Bring the whole thing down. I don't know. It shows the name, the time it comes in, keep going up, gives the tenant's name, pick a calendar date. Now read the description.
Light above fireplace no longer working. This description details is tenant said the light went out while the electricians / contractor were finishing the mesh wire for stucco prep. New panel was put in over a week ago and light was fine. Owner said the light went out like that before and he went to reset the GFCI in the bottom bathroom. Tenant tried GFCI, no click. Contractor went back to check GFCI and changed it out because it was burned. He could not trace out why the lights went out. I basically told him not to spend more time there if it wasn't his doing. This light in the past has given issues before. I think Vince had fixed it before.
Never have I fixed it.
No, not this light. I know this address.
It's funny when astute tenants say that shit.
10136. Is this the one with the... Are you recording?
Yeah.
Watch what I'm saying.
It is. All right, guys. Anyway, that's what we got. Anyway, I'll get this video
Yeah,
up.
we-
And I'm sorry I don't have nothing else. I figured, well, I'll post this. Same old shit you've seen before, but let's let it rip.